So we have a so what we're doing is that like we have so we like she made like a bunch of noodles like in advance, right, for you guys to show like what kind of noodle like we could make for this micro noodle factory business. And for like spinach, like, and you make like straight, curly, and you can make it in different sizes. And by the way, like these noodles like look great. Like when you cook them, like just the color is like beautiful. And this is the pasta, the kind of like fettuccine kind of shape. And she made, udon, soba, right? And of course, like she made other stuff like over here, like so she's like it's like a great noodles for yakisoba noodles, like stuffed fried noodles, and these are gonna be like really good for takeout, like delivery, right? Because they when they get even when they get cold, like they taste great. And of course, like regular types of like ramen noodles and the curly noodles, but like look at this, like how curly they are, like um, they are like high in hydration ratio, so that's why like they're soft, right? So then you can curl them, like you can make them curly, like as curly as this waviness. And so what she's making now is well, she's gonna be making like ramen noodles that's like um, has the sesame, black sesame seed powder in them. So it's gonna have like really good black sesame like flavors in them, and so it's very easy to like make them like in this machine. Um, it's a Richmond one machine. It's what we call Richmond. Um, you know, men means in Japanese like that's noodles, and so it's rich noodles. And well, of course, for those of you like wondering, of course, like it has like double meaning to it, um, but that sounds a bit lame if you say that, so it's no go there. But so she's well, this is water, right? Water and the salt and currency, and so she's melting them in the water to make this solution with the fancy and salt. And we had to make sure that like we dissolve them in the water like thoroughly. And right, and then we are adding the solution to the solid ingredients. Right, and then adding to the flour, the solid ingredients right in the mixer. And this machine has the lid with the small holes in them, like, and then um, the water. So the water is like dripped through the holes, right? Like small holes, like little by bit, like to be added to the solid ingredients, and that renders the good hydration of dough. And we can't just keep watching the noodle to be mixed. That's a bit boring. So like she gonna move on, right? The next process. So she prepared this dough in advance, and then what we're gonna do is that like we're gonna feed it to the rollers in this machine. So this machine has a mixer unit and a roller unit and a cutting unit, portioning unit, and so we're gonna feed it to the rollers, right? So it's got like set of rollers, and which you can adjust the roller gap of. So you can adjust roller gap by the by like 1/10 millimeter, and so she's feeding it to the rollers, right? So that this dough is going to go through the between the roller gap, and So what we are making is like we are making a sheet of dough, rough sheet of dough. So the sheet of dough is like coming out from the machine, and well, like this sheet of dough, like as you can see, like kind of still fragile, like kind of still rough, right? So we wanna press them. We wanna press it. We wanna apply pressure to make it firm. So the black sesame is like really good ingredients that we can add to dough to make noodles with. It's like black sesame, of course, like sesame like has like great nutrients, and of course, like we should talk about the like health benefits, right? On the website, and like in the product description part as well. And so what we could do, right? Like so we should if you have a website, our own website, like a media platform, yeah, we should announce, right? Like weekly specials or like daily specials even. Like so what kind of noodles like do we have like for today, right? And then so we have a limited quantity of like certain type of noodles today. So for example, like we only have like so spinach noodles, like kind of curly or straight noodles, like in 20 servings each, right? And this size, and we only have like for example, like udon noodles, like made out of this more special wheat flour that we get right from this farm, and it tastes great, and but like we only have them only like 5 servings. There's like first come first serve, like so we are sold out of them, right? So that's something like we should be announcing like on it's like SNS accounts and like like website, like like email newsletters. So that's like how you sort of like communicate like your news, um, the values, like what's happening at your like noodle factory, and um, and then you can definitely like what you can do is like you can definitely use videos, right? Like media, whatever means of communication that you have like available, right? I mean, you can use smartphone like to take videos, right? Of like how you produce your noodles, how you pick your ingredients, like how you process them into the products, right? And so, when you think about it, like, you know, you have like plenty of like topics to talk about, plenty of topics to like kind of well make content on, right? And then like just yeah, broadcast them like to your customers. And like of course, like you start small. Um, you only have like probably like just few customers, at the beginning, right? But like gradually you grow them, like as you grow your contents, as you have like more contents, you grow like your audience, right? So you have to keep at it, right? You have to keep at it, like growing your content, like kind of making more and more contents, so that you're gonna have like more audience that like some of whom like you can be your fans. And so what she's doing now is like so she's making the dough sheet like stronger, firmer, by like sort of like combining like separated sheets of dough through the roller gap. And so that was the dough sheet was like pretty fragile before, but like by combining them through the rollers, we're making it firm. And yeah, in the previous classes, like we're talking about like kind of how to develop like gluten structures inside the dough. And yeah, for those of you like who are interested in like more about like noodle production, noodle making methods, please check out our our YouTube channel for the recordings of previous classes. Yeah, I wish you guys were physically here to smell the black sesame like that's coming out off the dough. Like it's a good smell. Yeah, it's a very good smell. And I think like if you have some technology that you know, I don't know, you can, I don't know, like let your customer like kind of smell it somehow, then yeah, you're gonna have like your customers would love it. Um, but and then like so she's going to the maybe it's going to like in the second combining process. So second combining process. So just to make sure that we'll get like um, great dough. So we do it like do this combining process twice. And because um, we, we, we want to keep the dough from sticking together. So we're we are starting to dust on them. So we need to dust the dough like to keep it from sticking. So this machine has like automatic dusting device, and you can adjust change the dusting volume. You can change the dusting volume. So if you're making noodles that are like higher hydration, like more wet noodles, then you should dust more. But if you're making kind of drier noodles like tonkotsu noodles like we did in the previous class, yeah, you shouldn't you don't even probably dust depending on hydration ratio. If it's if it's low enough, you don't even have to probably dust it because um, there's no chance for the dough sheet to stick together in that hydration. So it may be a good idea as well, to broadcast live on your production. Maybe I don't know, maybe um, create a section on a website where customers can watch, right? The production live, and and then you can probably have you can probably explain what kind of noodle you're making today, and then what kind of ingredients that you're using today, and kind of try best to describe what kind of noodles they are, how they taste and everything, and then we can also talk about kind of complementary the products that we prepare for it, for example soup and toppings and various side dishes that go along with the noodles, and even a DIY sort of people we could have kind of for those who just want to buy noodles and then cook them at home on their own recipes, right? Then we could sort of make a suggestion on the recipes, right? Noodle recipes that they can do using these noodles, right? So you should have all these information that or contents that make your products more valuable, right? And so lastly, right, she's checking the actual thickness, which is 1.9 millimeter, and about the roller gap that it's going through, right? And the last time, like that was 1.5, so there's like difference of like 0.4 millimeter. Because like the dough always bounces back like after it's going through the roller gap, right? So you need to measure it, measure the actual thickness always to know what the roller gap you need to set to get the final thickness. And using this kind of cutter, says like number 20, right? Number 20 means it's each noodle strand is going to be 1.5 millimeter in width, because each groove of this noodle cutter is 1.5 millimeter in width. So let's cut it. Let's cut it, right? So we're cutting it, and we talk about like serving size, and then like if you're like one family, right, is ordering noodles for each of their family members, right, and then like maybe dad wants bigger portion, right, and they'd be like the kids, like are gonna be okay with like small portions. So you can adjust the portion size by adjusting the length, the noodle length. Okay, so like you can make it longer to have bigger portion, and you can make for like small portion by making shorter. And it's very easy to do it. Like just do like touch up the knob, right? Or to adjust the length. See that it's very short. It's very short, and like compared to like the longer noodles, the portions that we had. So the adjusting the portion size is like very easy, like they're simple, easy to do. And so once you know the portion size, right? Like for example, okay, like the regular portion size, like 120 grams per portion, right, per serving, and then you set the knob right to a certain point, and then just the machine just cuts the portions, the dough, like portions, the noodles, like to 120 grams. That's in a plus minus. There's a like margin of error, like plus minus like 5 grams, plus minus 5 grams. So if you can tolerate that, not like margin of error, then you don't have to like kind of adjust like in back and forth, back and forth. All right. So that's black sesame noodles. And pasta. And so what's great about the micro noodle factory business is that like you can process the noodles to a certain point, right? Before you start cutting it, right? You start cutting it, then just or let them sit right like that to keep them from. So like you wrap them the plastic bag to keep them from drying, and then you can let them sit right. And then when you get order from customer, and they can just cut the like number of portions that like you get the orders for, right? So like if you get like maybe like 3 or like 5 portions of this is the pasta, This is pasta, right? This is pasta dough. So you just get like 5 portions, right, for the pasta. Then you can just take the dough and just cut 5 portions. And just to get like adjust the final thickness. So you just adjust it on this indicator wheel. So see that this is a cutter that's actually like round cutter. So it's like this is gonna cut like in the round shape, round like more like a oval shape, and then so this kind of cutter is like its shape is kind of like used for like kind of type of like pasta, like kind of spaghetti. And number 16 means like that's like 2.0 millimeter in width. And yeah, so let's see like how this cutter like gonna cut this dough. Yeah, these are beautiful, beautiful pasta. They're very beautiful. And very high quality, like kind of freshly made pasta that, you know, well, people love. These are good, very good pasta. Yeah, I'd love to have it for my dinner tonight. Okay, so it's like it's very flexible, and so the flexibility like one of the strengths that you have like on this business, and so it's very easy. And then like so what I wanted to like kind of emphasize like in this class was that like you should um, well you should well you show it. You should show your production to the customer. You should show your production to the customer so that that gives like customers like trust, and then sense of trust to your production, like your products, and then that shows like that you care about your customers, the health, and then like with their well-being, like by providing them with high quality noodles, high quality pasta, um, at competitive price, like reasonable pricing. And just make it fun, right? Like entertaining factor is like one of the strengths that we have like in the micro noodle factory business. So yeah, having your own website is like key, like something like crucial that you need to do for your micro noodle factory business.